Okay, so this is not Irish moss. This is Irish moss. It's a species or genus called Chondrus crispus. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to make the real Irish moss gel 3 different ways. To start, remove your Chondrus crispus from the package or jar and tightly pack it into 1 cup. Now I'm using the Chondrus crispus that I purchased from Alcoholics. I'm not paid to say this. I have been a customer of Alcoholics for about over a year now. So, Mike Sean, he's the owner. He has very high quality. So if you're interested in purchasing this species of sea moss, make sure you check the description box below. So now that you have your Irish moss measured, set that aside and grab a large glass bowl and pour in some spring or filtered water to begin the cleaning process. Now, Chondrus crispus is really dirty, so you're gonna wanna clean this like at least 3 times because it has so much little critters and rocks and bugs and things hidden inside of it. Here's an example of a batch I did weeks ago. I found again like some rocks and some snails and bugs and just all kinds of stuff. This is really actually wild harvested, so cleaning it well is essential. For the first clean, add your moss to the bowl of water, and then you kind of want to gently scrub like the leaf part of your Irish moss while in the water to remove the dirt and debris. Once each side is clean, transfer that into an empty bowl and continue this process until all of your Irish moss is removed from the water. Now you can see that the leftover water is completely muddy and dirty. You're going to dump that out and fill the bowl back up with some fresh water to do the second clean. Again, you want to do this process at least 3 times to make sure that your Irish moss is clean because there's all kinds of things hidden in there. I can't stress that enough. Dump the last batch of water out from your third clean, and we're going to move on to soaking our Irish moss. So now you have clean Chondrus crispus, and here you see that 1 cup of dry packed Irish moss has now expanded just from cleaning it. So now we're ready to soak it. Now, because the genus Chondrus crispus has a very strong oceany, fishy smell, more so than the Gracilaria species or genus, you're gonna wanna soak this in limes. Like with Gracilaria, it's kind of optional, but with this species, it's almost a must if you wanna tone down that smell. So we're gonna be using limes to soak our moss today. To start, grab 3 to 4 limes, cut each one in half, and then quarter them. Grab a clean large bowl and fill it with fresh spring or filtered water. Now make sure that your water is not too hot, or you don't want it too cold or too hot. You just kind of want it at room temperature, because if it's at either of those extreme temperatures, it could start making your moss become gelatinous in the water, and you start to see all those gel-like properties seep into the water. So you don't want to do that. So just make sure that your water is at a perfect room temperature. Add your Irish moss to your bowl of water. Then take each of your lime wedges and kind of squeeze the juice in the soaking sea moss, and then drop the entire quartered lime wedge in the bowl. Let it soak for an hour, no more than 2 hours. So I only soak it for about 1 to 2 hours instead of overnight, because if you soak it longer than that, you kind of start to lose the properties of it. The water becomes like gelatinous, and that's not the purpose of soaking it. The purpose of soaking Chondrus crispus is to get it hydrated enough so it can be soft enough to blend, and also with the limes in there to kind of kill off that smell. So it only takes about 1 to 2 hours to do that. So once an hour has elapsed, remove your Chondrus crispus from the water it has been soaking in and discard the water and the limes. Now you can keep the limed soak water if you want to. Many people do that. I personally discard it because, again, I like my Chondrus crispus, or any sea moss I'm doing, whether it's Chondrus crispus or Gracilaria, to have a neutral taste as much as possible, because I use it in a variety of recipes, but the choice is yours. Now, as you can see, the dried 1 cup of Irish moss has fully expanded into 2 cups of fully hydrated moss. So now what I'm going to do is divide this hydrated moss into 3 evenly portions, about 2/3 of a cup. Now I'm only doing this to show you the 3 different methods on how you can prepare Chondrus Crispus Gel. Now I do have my personal preferred method on how I prepare mines on a regular basis. You can see how I do that at veganwithcurves.com. I will put the link in the description box so you can check that out. The first method we're going to do is the room temperature blend. Take 2/3 cups of water and add it along with your 2/3 cups of Chondrus Crispus and blend until smooth. This is a 1-to-1 ratio of water to Chondrus Crispus. Okay, so I want to make a quick note, okay, that the amount of water you add to your Chondrus Crispus when making your gel will depend on how thick you want your gel, and also that will help determine how much gel you actually yield. So don't get too hung up on how much water I'm adding. It doesn't have to be the exact measurements. It really just depends on how much gel you want to yield and how thick you want it. And as you can see, it makes 1 cup or 8 ounces of gel. The second method we're going to do is the hot water blend. First, place a saucepan on your burner, add 2/3 cups of water and bring to a boil on high heat. Remove from heat and allow it to cool for 5 minutes. Take 2/3 cups of hot water and add it along with your 2/3 cups of Chondrus Crispus, and then you're gonna blend that until smooth. And again, this is a 1-to-1 ratio of water to Chondrus Crispus. Now, as you can see, because of the condensation when the water was boiling, it only makes 2/3 cups of gel or 6 ounces of gel. Okay, the third method we're going to do is the cook method. To do this, place a pot on your burner, add your 2/3 cups of water along with your 2/3 cups of hydrated Irish moss, and turn the heat on low medium. As soon as it starts to boil, remove it from the heat. Then you're gonna add this to your blender and blend until smooth. Again, this is a 1-to-1 ratio of water to Chondrus Crispus. And as you can see, it makes about 1 cup or 8 ounces of gel. Okay, so now we're going to store our gel. With Chondrus Crispus, you wanna make sure that you're actually using a sprout lid or cheesecloth when sealing, as this particular genus of moss just does not keep well in an airtight container. Now you can make your own sprout lid very cheap and very efficiently. I did this, I showed you how to do this in my Gracilaria sea moss video, but if you didn't see that video, it's super easy. All you need is to buy a mesh sheet from the craft store. Use like one of your mason jar tops and trace a circle around it. And then you just kind of cut it out and voila, you have a homemade sprout lid. So we're gonna add our gels to individual jars, seal it with our sprout lid or cheesecloth, label it, and place it in the refrigerator. Give or take, it will last for 3 to 4 weeks in the refrigerator. For longer storage, you can freeze your gel. I love using these silicone ice cube trays I got from Amazon. Simply pour your gel in each section, cover, and freeze overnight. Once Irish moss cubes have been frozen, remove from the tray, transfer them to a reusable bag, label them, and store them up to 3 months. These are great to add to smoothies. Well, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Again, if you are interested in purchasing some Chondrus Crispus, some real high quality stuff, the good stuff, make sure you check out Alcoholics. I will put the link below in the description box. Mike Sean, he's just an awesome, amazing person. You will love the quality of his moss. So just make sure you check that out if you guys are interested. It's where I get my moss, so I'm recommending it to you. If you like this video, give your girl Jana a thumbs up. Leave your comments and questions below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more content. And that is all that I have for you today. So until next time, I will see you all in the next video. Peace and blessings.